I was able to generate hundreds of millions of views on Instagram and, help my clients get 10, 20, 50,000 followers, some even up to 100,000 followers. And, I think Instagram and YouTube serve very different purposes when it comes to the broader, business objective. And this is what I want to talk about. Why am I shifting away from Instagram and potentially just like leaving the platform to focus solely on YouTube? I think if you're going to post content, it's like obviously you can clip YouTube and throw it on Instagram and, you get that lever. That way you can just distribute more content in that aspect. I'm not knocking that. I'm just thinking about the broader business objective and where your focus needs to be so that we have more leverage to achieve the goal that we've set, right, into the direction that we want to go in. And so instead of talking about the benefits of Instagram, as we all know, it's like short form, you get a lot of exposure, you get proximity to that type of person, they discover you, they enter your world, and then you can use that as a mechanism in which you can sell to them and build, short form authority in that sense. But I think I want to talk about what Instagram doesn't do. Okay, Instagram doesn't build depth in the traditional sense that a long form video does. And so you sitting on the other side of this screen here, you're watching this video and it's building depth. It's building that parasocial relationship, which is one of the biggest components that you can possibly, focus on when it comes to actually building trust with your audience so that they view you as a friend. They view you as someone who is just an authority, who knows what they're talking about, they have a skill, you have something desirable, and you can help solve that specific problem for that person. That's ultimately what YouTube does at a bigger, better scale than Instagram does, in my perspective, right? I've been on Instagram for quite a while now, growing so many different brands and really understanding the platform and its functions. And content just simply serves different functions. And the way I like to see it on Instagram, it's primarily for proximity. Like when it's discovery and proximity. They can feel close to you. They can, you can build your authority in a short sense. But like, again, with that, I think it was that Google study where they did 7 hours of, it requires 7 hours of content or exposure to you for someone to be convinced enough to buy. It's like you build enough trust in that parasocial relationship where you're convincing enough so that they purchase. And when I think about my broader business objective, whether it's growing my Skool community, and if you want to join, it's completely free, where we talk about strategy, or just growing my high ticket consulting, getting more clients or structuring it in a more strategic way, I think YouTube serves that purpose better. There's so many different cool strategies with Instagram where you can post and have lead magnets and capture email and then get them into a nurturing sequence and then funnel them over to YouTube where you actually build trust. And so Instagram does play into that broader ecosystem. But if I were to choose, I would probably choose YouTube simply because it gives you the most leverage to actually build a strong business. And one of the biggest components too is like Instagram right now is like blocking people. They're literally eliminating a lot of profiles. People are getting banned and blocked by Meta because Meta fired a bunch of their employees and they have an AI flagging a bunch of their stuff. And I'm seeing it more often. And then Instagram has this bot and scam behavior. Like right now, I've seen so many different people like who provide a great service. They're skilled experts who provide a consulting service or coaching business. There are bots flooding their reels that just completely try to destroy their authority. They try to destroy their reputation by saying, this person scammed me. And there's just a bunch of these comments. And this happened to me too. It's happened to so many different people where people literally just buy these bots and just have them, comment on their profile and their reels. The biggest shift that I had that changed my mind about this whole thing was when I actually watched people on YouTube and then I was like, whoa, like this is great. I'm going to buy into their thing. And that had me realizing, I'm like, okay, I would have never done this on Instagram. Like I would have never watched someone on Instagram and just watched their profile and then bought their consulting. Like you need YouTube. In my perspective, you need YouTube in order to do that. I think it's one of the biggest levers. And it's like, why not just focus on YouTube mainly as your primary platform? It gives you the most leverage. It builds the most trust. And then like just reverse engineering my own thought process of when I buy coaching, when I buy consulting, when I buy mentorship, it's all from YouTube. Like it's all stems from YouTube. If I want to solve a problem, you generally go to YouTube. It's like if you want to build if you have an issue with your car, you're probably going to YouTube and looking up a tutorial on how to fix it. Or if you want to learn about a book or like a book review, you're probably going and looking at YouTube videos about that book and getting a sense of what the book's about, right? It's like, this is the type of thing where it's like when you have a problem, you generally go to YouTube. It's like acting as a search engine, and it's finding, even if you type it in Google, it's going to pop up with YouTube videos to help solve your problem because it's a video that guides you through solving the problem or building the thing or, whatever, right? It's like, I think it just gives you the highest amount of leverage. And so you pair YouTube with a community, which is what I'm doing. It's like YouTube funnels traffic into the community, and I also get emails throughout that entire process, which is an owned distribution channel. So I don't have to worry if YouTube blocks me or Instagram blocks me. I still have my massive, email list of a couple thousand people. It's like, this is the leverage that you need in terms of your business. You can't be dependent on one platform. And it's a different game. It's a harder game. The barrier to entry to get into YouTube is much harder. Like, you need the capacity to be able to sit down and talk and or at least have ideas worth listening to. And granted, this video probably will get 20, 30 views or whatever, but I'm still going. I don't care. I'm going to continue going and getting better at it because I like to do hard things that I can get better at, that give me more leverage. YouTube is just the platform that is the hardest. It is the hardest platform to make work. It's like you need to be interesting enough. You have ideas and, it's just an entirely different game that I find more difficult. And I like that. I like the fact that it's more difficult. I like the fact that it's harder to get into than Instagram. Instagram is like you can pop up and, make a B-roll and text reels or whatever, carousels and things that don't require you to sit down and talk for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes and half an hour, whatever. You have to be different, and then you have to have your strategic ideas and the title and thumbnail and the algorithm and understanding the audience and the positioning and how do you actually build the business on top of all of that. It's like I already built, a successful business with Instagram. And so it's like, okay, I still do that. I still use Instagram to get leads if I need to. If 1 month I need to go get a bunch of leads, or if a client drops, it's like, okay, I can go source another lead from my existing following on Instagram. And so having that audience, that pool of people that I can anchor back to when I need to supplement some income, I can totally do that and then close them for 5, 10K. Or I could just go to my email list and have people, look at my offer document and, have a conversation through email. And so Instagram still serves a specific job. It's for proximity. I'm still going to be posting stories. I still may post some carousels, but again, it's just not my primary focus. When you're on YouTube and you're watching someone, or maybe you buy mentorship or high ticket coaching or consulting, most likely you're watching some YouTube videos and then you watch a lot of their YouTube videos and then all of a sudden something clicks and you're like, okay, I want to buy from this guy. This guy knows what he's talking about. He knows exactly what he's doing. He has what I want. He can solve my problem, right? So being able to distribute that through YouTube videos, which is a higher barrier to entry platform, it just makes more sense. You fundamentally have less competition than you otherwise would on Instagram, just simply because anyone can whip out their phone and record a 20-second reel. But it's very, very difficult to sit down and be able to record a 20-minute video. It's so much different. It's 100x hard. That alone is you need 100x more time in front of someone or on the camera and be interesting enough and convicting enough to talk about something. Right? It's like the expertise that you have, or why you're going through specific shifts within your business or your mindset or your identity, or how you can help someone else, how you can help build an automation or a business that works in a specific way, or systems or funnels, or again, whatever you're talking about. There are literally communities and YouTube pages for all interests. And again, there are like that for Instagram, but I think it's at a much deeper level, and you get a much more convicted audience, people who actually like you for who you are, not just like some quick short form thing, you know. And now that YouTube has made views easier to get and then monetization harder, it sort of makes this entire process more appealing, just simply because it's going to be a harder game to play. And so, yeah, all of this sounds good, right? It's like, okay, Instagram's for proximity, we're still going to use it, but YouTube is the primary focus because you can get depth of understanding and trust and, you know, the parasocial relationship at a deeper level and quicker level than you otherwise would through Instagram. Then we have to understand, like, what are the trade-offs? You have slower growth. It's more difficult to actually produce content because of that resistance between you sitting down and recording a 20-minute video or, you know, whatever you're actually doing. And then you have to ideate at a deeper level because, you know, it's like you can't fire out 30 reels or like you would 30 reels. You can't fire out 30 like long form 10-minute YouTube videos in a day. I mean, like, you could, but it's like that's incredibly difficult. And to be honest, I've never heard of anyone doing that. I was posting a YouTube video once per day for 30 days, and even that was hard. It's like, what do you actually talk about? And then you need the idea engine, and then you need to, you know, make sure that you're distributing those ideas in a specific way, even if it's not. And like the biggest thing too is like, you're not gonna like post your first YouTube video and go viral. It's like, I'm on my like 40th or 45th, and I still haven't got a video that did like over 1,000 views. like I just started YouTube, so I mean, it's really just about me getting better at it and understanding at a deeper level of like what actually works, what do people want, and understanding like I need to make content for the viewer, not myself. Right? It's like, this is the point of this video, is like understanding that like if you're on the fence between Instagram versus YouTube, like I personally would go with YouTube over Instagram. The barrier to entry, the levers that you pull, you get so much more leverage, and you know, the monetization per platform with the AdSense plus the actual, you know, if you build a community or a consulting business or a coaching business, like you have so much more leverage and you have a way better opportunity to make more money with YouTube than you otherwise would on Instagram. It's like, sure, you can run Instagram ads and, you know, stuff like that to make money for your coaching business and or your service business and get leads and close them and, you know, fulfill and make money. It all works. It's just about understanding how these platforms operate and which one gives you the most leverage so that you can achieve your goal of, you know, quitting your 9-to-5 or making a bunch of money or living your dream life or whatever. It's like, which platform gives you that at a deeper level? And so I guess the core premise here is that Instagram made me good at getting attention, but YouTube is going to make me better at building a business and give me more leverage in terms of actually making more money. So hopefully this is helpful, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.